A very good morning, students. Today I am going to continue with the same chapter of Science 2 of 9th standard, that is, Chapter 8, Useful and Harmful Microbes. Let us recall what we have studied in previous lecture. We have studied about yeast, how bread is made, bioremediation, antibiotic and type of antibiotics as broad spectrum antibiotic and narrow spectrum antibiotic. Broad spectrum antibiotics examples are ampicillin, amoxicillin, etc. And narrow spectrum antibiotics example are erythromycin, penicillin, etc. You can see here how the penicillin structure is there. Now, before starting today's explanation, I would like to inform you that during lecture I will cancel those contents which are omitted from this chapter due to COVID problem. And here you can see the structure of penicillin, and afterwards I'll show you the fungi. Let us see, children, now here penicillin already you have seen here. Let us see here how the synthesis of penicillin takes place. This is discovery of penicillin in 1928. So this way some pics you have seen regarding the penicillin. See the structure of the fungi, children. This way the structure of the fungi is there. Now I'll start with the explanation. Then you will understand better about this microorganism. Now let us see, children. We are going to study about the penicillin. Penicillin is a group of the antibiotics that is obtained from the fungus. You can see here penicillin is a group of antibiotics which is obtained from the fungus, and that fungus is named as penicillium. It is used for what? For controlling the infections which are caused by bacteria. For example, Staphylococci, Clostridia, then Streptococci. These all are the bacteria which are causing the bacterial disease. So to control this disease, what we are using, children? This penicillin penicillin antibiotics we are using, that is obtained from the fungus Penicillium. So this point you have to remember, that it is used to control the infections which are caused by the bacteria as Staphylococci, Clostridia, Streptococci, etc. Now, medicine which are obtained from the this penicillin based, or the medicine which are containing the penicillin, that are very useful to treat certain bacterial infection of the ear, nose, throat and skin, as well as some other diseases also. Now, what are the other diseases, children? Other diseases are pneumonia and scarlet fever. Now, you should be thinking that what is pneumonia, children? So I'll explain you that pneumonia is the disease in which the lungs get inflamed or swelled up. Lungs, everybody must be knowing from 5th standard onwards, 4th standard onwards, you are studying what are lungs. So that get inflammation or lungs get swelling, which is caused by bacterial or viral infection in which the air sacs fill with the pus. Air sacs mean if when you have studied different structure, different organs that time in the lung structure, you have seen that alveoli are there that are called as the air sacs, small structure that get filled with the pus and they become solid. This is the pneumonia. And the other one is the scarlet fever. So these two diseases are also cured by this penicillin. So what is scarlet fever, children? I'll let you know. Scarlet fever is the fever, or it is an bacterial infection in which disease especially the children are getting affected, and these children are getting fever as well as rashes. So such type of disease is called as the scarlet fever. So in these two diseases the penicillin can be used effectively. So this is all about the penicillin, children. And here what topics are there as caution, introduction to scientists, wonderful to know. These all topics are cancelled for you. So let me cancel. This all portion, this all contents are cancelled for you due to COVID problem. Now let us start with the harmful microorganism in which we will study the fungi. Here you can see some question are there. Which changes do you notice in leather articles and gunny bags during the rainy season? You know, children, during rainy season it is moisturous condition because atmosphere is moisturous. So during that time you can see that somewhere the white color this thread like structure are there, or sometime on the bread also you might have seen, sometime on the chapatis, if your mother will keep for 2-3 days on the chapatis also you might have seen, or in the pickle also, in the jam also, as well as here you are asked that leather article and jute bags. So you can see here that what changes are occurring on that white color or litis grayish color thread like structure are formed there. For how long afterwards can you use those articles? Due to that, because they are getting their nourishment from this article, these fungi are getting nourishment from these articles, so due to that their life is becoming very short, or they become very short period they are having the life. Now why do these articles not get spoiled during the summer or winter? Because but natural that time rainy season is not there and the condition of the atmosphere is not moisturous. So I hope this queries are clear to you. Now let us see here about the fungi. We will see here now. We will study the fungi now. Structure of fungi. I have already shown you the structure of fungi. Now let me explain the content. Now, microscopic spores of fungi, they are present in the air, and because they are very minute, so they but natural, they are present in the air. If there is sufficient moisture, spores germinate on the cotton fabric or the gunny bags or the leather or wooden articles, etc. And this fungal hyphae, what is hyphae, children? The fibers of the fungus are called the hyphae that penetrate deep into the material on which they are growing or they want to grow. Why they are getting deep? Because why they are penetrating deep? Because they have to obtain the nutrition from those, and they want to reproduce. Now, why children they have to obtain nutrition from them? Because they are heterotrophic. Heterotrophic mean they are dependent on the other organism. Trophic mean synthesize, mean they cannot synthesize their food, so they for synthesis of the food they have to depend on the other organism. That is why they are getting nourishment from such type of the substance, and there they reproduce. So let me underline this here. Let us see now, microscopic spores of fungi are present in air. If there is sufficient moisture, they germinate on cotton fabric, gunny bag, leather, wooden item, etc. Now, the fungi or the fibers of the fungus, they penetrate deep into the material. Why they penetrate deep into the material? To get their nourishment as well as to reproduce. So, this causes the material to wear and become weak. So, here we can see that material become weak, and therefore these gunny bags or the leather items on which the fungus is growing, like shoes, purses, belt, etc., they become very weak, and on which these fungi have grown, they will now don't last for the long time. Wooden items also get spoiled. Now, sometime you might have seen that a black color powder or the white disc is floating on the pickle or murabba, or when you are opening the jar of this substance as a pickle or murabba, you can see that such food items, if they have developed such type of the thing like black color powder or white disc like the structure, you don't eat them because these items become poisonous. Now, let me explain you why these items become poisonous. I'll explain you now. First of all, you underline this, that a black powder or white substance is floating on the murabba. Such food items are not good to eat. Now, let us see that various species of the fungi grow on the food item, like pickle, then chutney, murabba, etc. So, or jam, sauce, etc. When they use the nutrient which are present in these food items, then only they grow and they reproduce. So during this activity, what these fungi are doing? They are releasing the mycotoxin, which contains certain poisonous chemicals into the food, and this way the food will become poisonous. Therefore, we should not eat such type of the food on which the fungi is grown. So, such type of food we should avoid to eat. Now, let me underline, children. Various species of food which grow on pickle, murabba, chutney, etc. The nutrient of these food items are used for the growth of fungi as well as for reproduction. During that time, the fungi releases mycotoxin. That I am double time I am underlining so that you can learn it. It is very important point. Certain poisonous chemicals that are released that are left in the food and it become poisonous. So we should avoid to have such food. Now let us start with the Clostridium. That is the next we are going to study. This is Clostridium that we are going to study. Sometime in some cases we might have seen that food poisoning occur during the community feast. Mean sometime when some gathering is there or some marriage is there or some birthday party is there, that time the full content of the food become poisonous, and due to that the person who are eating that food, they start or they become the victim of the food poisoning. So all of a sudden this food become poisonous. The bacteria which spoil cooked food are called as the Clostridium. So let me tell you. That the bacteria which spoil cooked food are Clostridium. So here we will see that out of about 100 different species of this bacterium, some are free living in the soil, whereas some live in the alimentary canal of the human and other animals. Now what is alimentary canal, children? Alimentary canal is a part of the digestive system and that is present in our digestive system, and it is a passage along which food passes through the body from mouth to the anus during digestion. So this way we can see that how the food poisoning is affecting and how the Clostridium bacteria suddenly causes our food to become spoiled or poisonous. Now here we'll see, children, that some structure of the bacteria are present there. Now these bacteria you can see Clostridium tetani, Clostridium perfringens, Clostridium botulinum. These all are bacteria we can see here, and the last one is Clostridium difficile. So these four types of bacteria are shown here, children. You can see the structure of these bacteria here. These all are the species of the Clostridium. Now one more thing is there that we will see here, children. Here we will see these bacteria are rod shaped and they produce these bacteria are rod shaped here we can see, and they produce the bottle shaped endospores. In which condition? In adverse condition. Okay, so this bacteria produce the endospores. What are the endospores? By endospores the new bacteria or new fungi will grow. So this bacteria produce the endospores, and this they are having the special characteristic of these bacteria are having the special characteristic that they don't withstand the normal oxygen level of the air because they grow in the anaerobic condition. Anaerobic means whenever the oxygen is not involved, such condition is called the anaerobic condition. So we can see here that they don't withstand the oxygen condition, more oxygen conditions. They are just growing in the anaerobic condition. This point you have to keep in your mind. Now see the different structure one by one. First is Clostridium tetani. You can see here first is the Clostridium tetani. This is Clostridium tetani. Now second is Clostridium perfringens, and third is Clostridium botulinum, and fourth is Clostridium difficile. So these four types of the bacteria you can see here. Now we will see here that other harmful microorganism. Here we can see other harmful microorganism. Now, do only the Clostridium bacteria causes illness? Here question is there that do only Clostridium bacteria causes illness? So many types of the bacteria are there. Even in Clostridium also so many species are there. Now other kinds of the microorganism like bacteria, viruses, protozoa and fungi, these are also responsible for different type of the diseases which affect the human being. So these all are also microbes which are affecting to human being. Now we have seen about the viruses which are smaller than the bacteria and can grow and reproduce only in the living cell, as well as they are very harmful to us. So children, now this chapter ends here because whatever the rest portion are there that are cancelled for you. So let me show you what are cancelled for you. This topic is cancelled for you. Again, this topic also cancelled for you. So this way here we are ending this chapter already. Whenever I am telling you regarding the lecture, that time every time whenever I am taking the lecture, I remember I just remind you that see children, whatever important point I am giving, that you have to underline in your book also, as well as you have to write in your one long notebook chapter wise and then subtopics. As I am going on teaching, that way you also just put the date that on what day I have taught which content, and in that content what point I have underlined, that you also underline as well as write in your book. When you will write, you will learn in better way. Learn this all important points so that during exam they will help you. Even for the objective question or multiple choice question also these will help you. So and draw the diagram, practice the diagrams nicely, because diagrams are very scoring, diagrams are very important for you, as well as when you are making the diagram, that time you have to learn the labeling also. If you will not label the diagram, you are not going to get good marks, because if 2 mark diagram is there, 1 mark is for drawing the diagram and 1 mark for correct labeling of the diagram. So be careful while you are drawing the diagram. You should be careful. You have to learn the labeling also, and then only you will get the full marks. So it is better that whenever you draw the diagram, learn it, all the diagram, practice nicely, all the important point you learn, go through the lesson thoroughly, so that it will be always in your mind. And don't mug up the answer, try to understand the answer, and then only you practice by writing in your long book. One long book for science you can make separate. On that, every day you only copy the question and take your own test and write the answer. Just understand the answer and write the answer. And this way you have to practice the answer. So that topics will be forever in your mind, children. Thank you.